G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 41 of our Wolves crew mode here on Dylan on the Ball. Today we're taking on Real Madrid in the first leg of our Champions League semi-final. This is the stage we got knocked out at last season by Real Madrid again. Somewhat an arch nemesis, even though I do believe they've sold Vinny Jr., which, you know, almost 3 years down the line. That's going to be great news for us, really. Before we get into it, make sure you guys do leave us a like down below, subscribe if you're new around here. All of that great stuff to help us out. And without further mucking around, let's get through to the highlights. The highlights of 3 games that you've missed since you were last here. It was Arsenal, Manchester City and Southampton. 2 in the league, 1 in the FA Cup semi-finals. See how we got on. First cab off the rank was Arsenal, and when they play football like that, there's just no stopping them. I mean, it's Carlos Soler who gets the goal. I'm not entirely sure why he was playing on the right wing, but I suppose just to do exactly that. Gets on the end of it, finishes it absolutely beautifully beyond Unai Simon, who had no chance. A couple of minutes later, we get one back. It's Yussuf Poulsen. Can't remember the name of that centre-back. I think his last name was Enrique, or Henrique, whatever. Anyway, he absolutely does him dirty. Gets beyond him, fires past Bernabeu, 1-1. Max Kilman gave away a penalty. Carlos Soler, again, sends Unai Simon the wrong way, puts it in the bottom corner, giving Arsenal a 2-1 lead. We were staring down the barrel before Ruben Vinagre took it upon himself to find his way all the way into the box, give it to Fabio Silva, who quick turn and finish beyond the outstretched leg of Mr. Enrique, who's also sort of floats here. If you watch the defender, whoop, yep, anyway, 2-2, we'll take that. It was then Manchester City's turn to come to the Molineux, and they faced the music. It's Jude Bellingham here getting the scoring underway. Just a marauding run through midfield, which was sort of a common theme of our attacks through this one. Ruben Diaz can't quite get close enough, and the sort of outside of the foot bend of that one gets it around Ederson. Ruben Neves then grabs us a second. Very similar, just we got beyond their midfield. I think the holding midfielder was Yangel Herrera, so he did a pretty garbage job of it. This time it was Neves who got around him, jinked past Cancelo, and then fired past Ederson. Neves then turns provider, giving it in to Raul Jimenez. Just again, we were in behind their midfield, waited for some forward runners, slipped a little through ball in, one touch, finish from Raul Jimenez. Gets a bit of a whack for good measure, but also gets himself on the score sheet for 3-0. Right before full time, it was 4-0. Pedro Neto this time after a bit of interplay between Ait Nouri and Ben Zekri on the left, ending up with Ait Nouri firing it across to Neto, who sort of blasts it into the net for 4-0. Loves that. It was then off to Wembley, and getting the scoring underway is Jonathan Okone doing his best Iron Robin impression. Got the ball right out on the right-hand side. You know exactly what he's going to do. Stopping it's another thing, and this time they could not. Brilliant curling finish beyond the keeper, who didn't have the best time of it. I think his name was probably Cranio or something. Anyway, Ikone then sets up Yussuf Poulsen, who the pace gets him beyond the defender, and the finish is, let's call it lackluster, but we'll also call it 2-0. Looking like we have early on here booked our ticket to Wembley. We then extended that lead just about a half hour in. It's Yussuf Poulsen again. Good through ball from Michael Elise on the break. Finds Yussuf Poulsen one touch, takes it away from the defender, gives himself more of an angle, then fires at near post, Cragno. No saving that. We then, just before half time, as time was expiring, grabbed another one. And I wouldn't usually go for the little cutback sort of pass across to an empty net, but Ismail Assar, he had missed like 2 of those previously in the match. Anyway, Jonathan Okone then grabs his hat-trick. It's Michael Elise gets played through, I think it was by Dendonka. Can't find a finish. Cranio does get himself a save, but palms it straight into Ikone's path, and he rifles that one beyond him for 5-0 and a hat-trick. Then right at full time, Bellerin gets to the byline, lobs one back for Aidan O'Neill to absolutely fire that one past keeper. Doesn't look great, looks pretty middle of the goal, but in real time, the pace on that one sort of, I guess, explains how it got past him and how we get past Southampton and through to an FA Cup final. So those results in the league have meant that we have a 14-point lead with 5 games to play, 1 point, and we've done it basically. A very comprehensive season. I mean, if we win all 5 remaining, we finish on 101 points, and that's the best season of all time, statistically speaking. I think we're probably already just about there, goals scored wise anyway. I guess the only thing that probably competes with it is us last season, really. Our FA Cup final opponents will be Tottenham. They beat Newcastle United 2-0 in the semi-final. We beat Southampton 6-0, as you saw, sending us through to another FA Cup final, which, I mean, if we can win, because we won the Carabao Cup this year, if we can win the Premier League, which we're going to, and win an FA Cup, that's an incredible season, even if we don't get through to the final of the Champions League. But I mean, that's not the aim. The aim today is to set ourselves up to go through to a Champions League final. Today's video is the first leg. We are heading away to the Bernabeu. City have beaten Chelsea 2-1 in the first leg of their semi-final, so, I mean, good news for us if we face City in the final. We just beat them 4-0. So, I mean, bring that on. I don't know how we went against Chelsea most recently, but look, I'm probably pretty confident there too. We're beating them by 14 points in the league. So, I have the feeling we're the better side. Hopefully, that's the case with this Real Madrid team as well. Let's head through to the lineups for this first leg of the semi-final. So our lineup for this big one today is Unai Simon in goals, Mukiele, Saliba, Bastoni, Aït-Nouri across the backline, midfield 3 of Benassa, Bellingham and Neves. Front 3 is Neto, Leao and Raul Jimenez. Absolutely going with our best foot forward here. No mucking about, no trying to play for pace and using Poulsen instead of Jimenez or whatever you might think. We are just going with our absolute best team we have available, and I mean, looking at it, it's pretty dang good. I mean, 3 people at 88, 1 at 91 and 87. What's that? 4 386s, 386s and 385s. Look, we're a good team. We're a very good team. As for Real Madrid, a couple of weird ones. We'll get to it. Courtois in goals, backline of Ben Sebaini. Can't say that one properly. I know who he is. He's Algerian. He plays in the Bundesliga. Can't remember who for. Maybe Gladbach or something, I want to say. He's a left back. And Fernandez, not Hernandez, Fernandez in centre back with Wijndal. Nicolas Sula at left back. So they have 2 left backs in their backline, but neither of them are playing left back for whatever reason. Midfield 3 is then Goretzka holding with Casemiro and Neuhaus in front of him. I don't know why Real Madrid would not have Casemiro holding, which is what he does. Well, did now, I suppose. Their front line is then Eden Hazard on the left. They have sold Vinny Jr. to, I think he went to Chelsea, so hopefully they don't get through to the final because I don't have to face that issue. Rodrigo's then on the right, and Rainier is their false 9, not a Benzema, not a Haaland, who I know they did have. They probably do have. He's probably on the bench. But hopefully we are out of sight and he cannot do the business and do the damage off the bench. I think actually looking at the lineups, we genuinely have a better team. I know that's weird to say, going up against like legitimately the kings of the Champions League, like the best club in the Champions League history by far. But our team, I think, is better. I mean, Goretzka probably has Benassa's number. Casemiro in 2024, I don't know if he does have Bellingham. Don't think Neuhaus would have Ruben Neves. Rodrigo and Neto might be close. Leao's going to be ahead of Hazard. Jimenez is probably ahead of Rainier. Like most places across the field, I think we have them covered, which is unreal. Will that translate to a result though? Let's find out. Let's get to the Bernabeu. Here we are then at the Bernabeu, the stage where we failed in our Football Manager career mode, if you're following along with that one. Hopefully that isn't the scene of it yet another one. But to make sure you find out, make sure to leave us a like down below, subscribe if you're new, comment what you think of the video, what you think we should do with FIFA 23 just around the corner. The social medias are all down in the description as well. There's the Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the things. Make sure you follow us there if you want to stick around. and see what the future brings for Football Manager 23, FIFA 23, and look, whatever else I feel like putting out. I don't know. Let's see. Anyway, let's do it. Let's kick off. So Real Madrid have kicked off here. We are, I think, for this first leg, because whoops, didn't mean that. I guess it's shot on target early though. A shot on target within the first 2 minutes is pretty good. What I was going to say is, I'm pretty content to have this match be not, decisive either way. Like, I don't care if this is a 0-0. Although Leao's in the box early. Oh, that's just wide. Bloody hell. Good run there from Ruben Neves. Gives the room for Leao to fire that one across the box or across the goals, and just wide, unfortunately. As I was saying though, I'm pretty keen for this one to not be the decisive leg. If we can, I mean, obviously I'll take a lead, which, with how this Champions League run has gone, I might be anticipating one. But if we can go back to the Molineux, even Stevens, I am happy as Larry. Here's Neto in the box now, off the bar. That may have been saved. I'm not too certain. Early on here though, that's what, three chances? Three. All right, the first one wasn't a chance. It was Raul Jimenez from 40 yards thumping the ball forward. Real Madrid though have gone all the way down the other end, and here is Casemiro in the box scoring. Well, there goes that then. So I made fun of, no, I didn't make fun of it. I pointed out how weird it was that he was playing a more forward role, and he's scored. I also then talked up how great we were at the start of this game, and they've scored. It was Rodrigo doing the damage with his pace, getting away from Ait-Nouri. No one tracked Casemiro. Don't know where Bastoni was. He was elsewhere. Benassa didn't stay with him. Casemiro fires it in at the near post. Dylan on the ball. Right to be miffed with that one, I think. Great start for Real Madrid. 1 attack, 1 goal. Absolutely clinical. Where we failed to be with our first couple of attempts. The chances for Leao and who was it? Neto, I think, with the other one. Where we could have done what they did. Didn't though. Here's another opportunity perhaps. Although this is rather like a low block from Real Madrid, which is very weird. Like, I suppose oh, that's poor. Oh dear, it should be 1-1, it isn't. For whatever reason, we couldn't find the man, and now Real Madrid are going to take it the other way, and Hazard's going to try a volley from 40 yards out, I guess? I'm not entirely sure what he was trying to do there. Also, there's a lot of space between their between their midfield and their backline. Here's Bellingham that's got through to the box. He's drawn us level. Took us about 10 minutes. The space between their midfield and backline there is absolutely what's got us the goal. Rafael Leao came short into that massive amount of room. Bellingham charged on, got beyond, I think that's Owen Wijndal. Fired it across. Courtois doesn't do a great job. And it's 1-1, even Stevens again, and we've got a cheeky away goal. We will absolutely take it though. I'm anticipating, if it's anything like our Football Manager save, Courtois isn't the easiest to beat, so I'm more than happy to have, been able to sneak that one by him. Here come Real Madrid again though. It's Renier finding Hazard, who's just about 1-on-1. Well done Bastoni to cover. Neves then fires it out to Neto, plays him back. And having room like this is just beautiful. There's Goretzka not getting back. Fired effort, goal. Wasn't expecting that to go in at all. I absolutely I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what celebration that is. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know what I pressed. I'm used to Ruben Neves doing the finesse shots. Went for power. Courtois makes an absolute meal of it just after I've talked him up. Makes an absolute meal of it. It's not in the corner. It's not like right up the top. It's not that vicious of a strike. He just absolutely makes a mockery of it, and Ruben Neves also makes himself look like a bit of a knob. Again though, like the first, we'll absolutely take that. If Thibaut wants to hand us that, we will absolutely take it. Well done there by Renier to dance around the incoming challenges. finds Hazard, who can make his way towards the byline. Look back for left back Nicholas Sewell. Now Goretzka on the edge of the box. Well done, well defended. And we're out, just about. Almost played us our way into danger. Now Leao takes on Bensebaini and has just an acre of room to run into. Can he find anyone? Pulls it back. It's Neto on the edge of the box. Poor finish. Poor finish. I was actually looking for Ruben Neves, I think it was. Neves was sort of more in rhythm, heading towards the ball. Would have been a better option. Not Neto, who did a good impression of like an under 12 right-footed player who hasn't really done much training with his weak foot. You know what I mean? So he had a bit of a go, and it went sort of the right direction. I don't know why that lobbed. I don't know why any of this is happening. Oh, there's an acre room for Pedro Neto, surely. Yeah. I mean, just that easy. He was in absolute acres of room. I think it was the run from, might have been Neves into the box. Took away left back Nicholas Sewell. Is it? No, it's Jude Bellingham, of course. Then, just the acre of room he's in, found by Benassa. Thibaut Courtois all over the place. And the ball goes in, and he doesn't even attempt to save because he just knows. He knows it's too good. He knows we're too good, and Weight Watchers Ancelotti, pissed. I would be too. Why hasn't he lost any of the weight from his face, Like, good on him. He's doing a fantastic bloody job. He looks immaculate. Or Rodrigo versus Leao sounds like a good battle. Oh, Rodrigo's won it. Or Rodrigo has run it into the hands of Unai Simon. Now we go again, playing through Leao. That's a huge through ball. Can he find Neto? He can. All right, boys. We're making a Champions League final, apparently. It's Neto again. Again? Did he score already? Yeah, he just scored 2 minutes ago. This time, another one that's just absolutely set up on a plate for him. Little bit of interplay. We get Leao through. Fire it across. Easy job. Made to look difficult. Fires it towards Courtois for whatever reason. Maybe he's going for the style points, trying to get the nutmeg. I think it worked. Maybe. Either way. 4-1? This is madness. And I was talking earlier about wanting to take, some sort of, even keel, even Stevens back to the Molineux. Or if anything, a bit of a lead. Didn't have 4-1 in mind, to be honest. Though I will absolutely take it, and I'll take it into halftime as well here. Just absolutely eking out the clock with Unai Simon and firing it forward for halftime. 4-1. We are elite. We are way too good for this. Is there another difficulty beyond this? Might need it. Into the second half, and just a half to get through now. Just a half to hold them out. Not end up, conceding a hatful. Take it home to the Molineux. Easy peasy, Easy as that. Oh, that's lobbed into such a good area. And there's absolutely no one within an acre. Good ball by Hazard. Releases Renier. Saliba, though, is elite. He's won the throw in too. What defending. That was incredible defending. What a man. What a man. He's been sensational. He's almost been better than Bastoni, who's, rated higher and maybe even has a better reputation or chance here. He's played through Leao. Geez, Fernandes has kept up with Leao well there. Nobody's kept up with Neves or Neto. No. Saved this time by Courtois, or boy Courtois, as I was going to say. I've been very Australian this video. I noticed in the highlights bit, I can't remember what word I said, but I said something just very Australian. I don't, you guys can hear my voice. It's not the most Australian of accents, but sometimes it comes out. But, Brisbane born and raised, very much Australian. Should sound it sometimes, but, anyway, who cares about Brisbane? We care about Neves. Almost fine in the top corner, saved by Courtois. He's figured out what he's doing. Just sort of passing it around now. I don't really want to do anything. Just want the game to be over now. Just want to win 4-1. Alright, a corner ball, and the time has come for Erling Haaland to come on for Renier. Can he... Oh, Erling Haaland dribbles the ball back into the hands of Courtois, but Haaland means danger, doesn't he? Premier League defenders know all about it now. He definitely means danger, he means goals. Even when he's playing as a false 9 in this Real Madrid team, he means just trouble for us. Although you could say the same about Neto, who finds Raul Jimenez for 5-1, you know. Super casual, super cool. Nah, don't worry about it. Speaking of super casual and cool, I mean, that's gorgeous. Wow. It was Neto on the right. He wins foot races with most people. But putting Nicholas Sewell at left back instead of Ben Sebaini or Wijndal sort of, you know, put the nail in the coffin, I guess, like before we'd even kicked off. Anyway, he lobs the ball into the middle, power header, bullet header from Raul Jimenez for 5-1, and this is bizarre. I'm not sure how this is happening, completely honest with you. Time to bring in the bench boys. Ben Zekri, Fabio Silva, I forgot his name, I was going to call him Neves for so long then. Fabio Silva, Ben Zekri, and our boy Aidan O'Neill. All about to come on. Bellingham in the box. Oh, here they come though. We played for that corner on purpose so we could make this sub. Corner for Neto. Swings it in towards Mukiele. Over. Won it very well. He's an absolute man mountain. Built like a fridge. Oh, almost looks deflected. I don't think it was, but almost looked it, really. Hardly even noticed Neuhaus, to be completely honest with you. I know he's there, but I think most of the time I think he's Goretzka. So I just think that it's Goretzka and I've just not even paid any attention. Oh, that's bad, because that was Mukiele up, hounding their centre-back. He's out of position. Hazard, wow. That was the trickiest of tricky moves. Out for a throw-in by Hazard. Why is Neto running back that way? Go this way, you melon. Alright, Aidan O'Neill, we're playing out from the back, Haaland chasing, and I think they are starting to press, sort of, in basketball terms, you'd call it like a full court press. but in Football Manager terms, like they've gone, the slider is all the way to the right, they've got prevent goalkeeper short distribution on. Really, it's that, you know, that classic meme of like when you're losing at halftime and then you sit forward playing. That's what Real Madrid have done. 70 minutes in, down 5-1. So, you know, I'll watch out. Oh man, the amount of times we've almost caught out their defense and they've just got out of it. Scandalous. Here's Neuhaus breaking into the box. No. Well done, Mukiele, I think in combination with, maybe it was Saliba? Oh, but Hazard's got beyond Mukiele, but not beyond Bastoni. Does well to come across and cover. Deflected out for a corner. Neuhaus has now come off for, I don't know if it's Neuhaus, by the way. I've said it all along, like sort of confidently, but I have no idea if that's how you say it. He's come off though for, I think it was Eduardo Camavinga. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, deflected well there by Benassa. Danger's not gone though. Might be now. In fact, I think it is now. Benassa on the ball. Oh, don't run offside, people. Or it's Ben Zekri to Neto to 6-1. Is that a hat-trick for Pedro Neto in a Champions League semi-final away leg at the Bernabeu? It doesn't get better. Like, that's the pinnacle of club football. I mean, other than lifting the actual trophy. I've said a number of times I don't like doing the sort of cut across to take the keeper out of the equation, but there are so many ways, like reasons why I will. You know what I mean? Like here, it was, I wanted to get Pedro Neto a hat-trick, you know? Why wouldn't I? I can't remember what the reason was earlier, but there was one in one of the earlier videos. Oh, Ismail Assar's terrible finishing, where I was just like, bugger it, I just want to get the bloody goal. The team deserved a goal at that point. Anyway, 85 minutes in, we are up by 5 goals. Man, this is going to make the second leg a bit anticlimactic, isn't it? Surely there's no way to bottle that. You'd think. Or we're going to get even further ahead. Here's Aidan O'Neill. Here's Fabio Silva. Running absolute riot. That is absolutely how I'd say it. It's like every time we've gone forward in the second half, we've scored. This time it's Fabio Silva. There was just too many bodies forward. Aidan O'Neill broke through, couldn't quite beat Thibaut Courtois with his finish here. Good save, but unfortunately for Thibaut, right into the path. Fabio Silva, who has an awkward tap-in. 7-1. 7-1. Unreal. Absolutely ruthless. Today, there has been no single Ruth. And, I mean, it might get worse for them here. Here's Pedro Neto again. They pass it right to him. Why not? Why not run? Or this time, Nicholas Sewell, playing in his natural centre-back position, gets back well, able to clear the danger. Oh, and Hazard did well, but then Mukiele is just... He's a different beast, isn't he? Oh, terrible through ball. Anyway, that's going to be it. We're going to wind down the clock with them in possession. 7-1. What? We lost a year ago to this team. 1 season ago. We got knocked out at this stage and we've won 7-1. What? I'm not going to take you through all the goals because it's really just a giant waste of time, isn't it? It's going to take too long. Just show you the best ones. Firstly, I picked out Pedro Neto's absolutely beautiful football. Great off the ball movement means that Pedro Neto is absolutely wide open. Fires it into the net before Courtois even blinked. That made it 2-1, 3-1? Oh, I don't even know now. The other goal I'll show you is the hat-trick for Pedro Neto, showcasing the running power of Ben Zachary and the footballing ability of just our Wolves side in general. Benassa playing Ben Zachary through, cutting it across to Pedro Neto to make it, I think that made it 6-1. Which is absolutely insane. You wouldn't believe it. Wow. Wowee. Here is confirmation of that result. 7-1 winners. We run out. Next video will be the second leg of this semi-final. I'll try and sort of pump them out because I think we need to get this finished before FIFA 23 comes out. Might do one on the weekend maybe. We'll see. I have life. I have life things to do. Anyway, 7-1 we're up. Manchester City are up 2-1 over Chelsea for their second leg. Hoping that we get Manchester City in the final, because as a Manchester City fan, I think that just rounds out the series perfectly, you know? Like, what better way to sign off from FIFA 22 even, with a Champions League final against the actual team I support? That would be fantastic. Anyway, between now and then, there's one Premier League game. It's Sheffield United. We should hopefully win that one. You'll see the highlights of it before the next leg, when we are hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe, potentially, getting through to a Champions League final, which is absolutely unreal. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much for watching this one. Really do appreciate it. Make sure to leave us a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here, especially if you made it through this far. You must have liked it, surely. Comment what you thought of the video down below, what you think we should do for FIFA 23, all that sort of stuff. And until next time, when we go again to make the Champions League final next time, peace.